I'm Kristen Meadows with the Monarque Group John Greene Realtor. I'm at 1520 North Loomis, also known as the historic Bauer Mansion. This amazing estate will surprise and delight at every turn. We are located in a coveted North Naperville residential neighborhood. The amazing grounds are on 1.6 acres. That's right, 1.6 acres in town. Come on in.
My name is Adam Stachowiak. I am the owner of 1520 North Loomis. 7 years ago, Mike and I bought this house with the idea of making it into this great family home. We spent the last 7 years really going room by room and figuring out how it was that this house was going to function for us and for our family. And it's exciting because while we've maintained a lot of the historic details of the house, we've updated it to a point where the house is really usable for today's family. You know, we've put together rooms and we've updated things and put lighting in and done all sorts of stuff that really has brought it to, you know, this 21st century. But when you walk into the house, it still feels like you're kind of sucked back into 1904. So one of the coolest features of this house is we have a full glass wall that opens. So when you push the button on the side of the wall, this glass door that we had brought in actually goes up into the ceiling. I didn't want the house to look industrial. I wanted it to still maintain the character of the older house. So the door completely disappears over the ceiling when you open it. So when it's open, you can't actually even tell it's here. And we matched the flooring in here to the flooring of the deck in color and in height so that it feels like one big open room. As a kid growing up in Naperville, I always wanted a treehouse. So this was a little bit of a selfish project on my part, but my kids enjoy climbing up there and playing there. It's got a slide. But we really utilize this side of the yard as kind of our play side of the yard. So while it has our, you know, outdoor kitchen and most of the lawn space, it also has a tree house and a playground. And then back in the corner, we have a great ninja course for the kids to play on. So our master bedroom project was one of the first things we intended on doing and one of the last things we actually did. We wanted to get it right, honestly, is why it took so long. We spent a lot of time figuring out how the bathroom was going to lay out in respect to the bedroom. The bathroom was the most exciting and I think one of the coolest projects we did in this house. So I have two completely different boys. One of them likes purple and unicorns and rainbows and slides, and the other one likes baseball. So we figured out how do you take an eight-year-old's wants and wishes and needs and incorporate them into these rooms. And they're also twins, so they wanted to be able to interact with each other, connect to each other, but they wanted their own individual space. The things I like the most about these rooms is we figured out really early on in the process that the unfinished attic space was above them. So it gave us this huge opportunity to incorporate a lot of neat features. So there's different tunnels that go between the rooms, and there's different walkways upstairs, and they have a whole sleepover area on the 3rd floor where, you know, the boys really use these rooms. They're not just places where they go and sleep. It's really just a fun, exciting place for them to interact and be kids. You've probably noticed in the house that there's a lot of stained and leaded glass. All of the stained and leaded glass is original to when the home was built in 1904. This piece in particular is very unique. The outside of the house was actually constructed around it, so direct sunlight never hits it, so it doesn't fade. And we've actually taken a lot of care in maintaining it and even installed protective panels over this piece to make sure that nothing happens to it. When you have little kids and people in and out delivering stuff, you don't want anybody to accidentally go through it. So a couple years ago, we had a little tiny garden next to the garage, and we decided that we liked it so much that we were going to expand it. So we had a large grass area next to the house where we put in a pretty good size 20 by 40 foot garden. Doing that for about a year, we thought, you know, it'd be really great if we got chickens. And so we wanted to encourage our kids to, you know, be able to raise an animal, to see how they produced eggs, and we use all the eggs that they produce. So we have 8 chickens. They have an automatic food dispenser, they have automated water, and the eggs, you know, they lay them in the nesting box and they roll right down for us to be able to take them. We don't even have to go inside. The other purpose of this room is that it also works as a garden shed. So we have the ability to, you know, take vegetables, we package them in here, we get them ready. We usually take them to the neighbor because we have more than we know what to do with. But the greatest thing about this is that you can leave it for a couple weeks at a time and not really have to worry about it.